You know, there was something in me that was like, I gotta at least try. So I waited about 5 minutes and I was like, okay, let me go back. I go back. Tiffany was reading a book. So I'm like, hey, it's me again, the girl from the conference room. I was like, I'm just wondering, do you have an email address that I can send my resume to, just in case, maybe you'll be looking for interns, sometime soon. And she was like, here's a card. Reading her book, just gave me a card, didn't even look up with me again. Took note of that book. It was the coldest winter ever. I left, and I remember, I'm living in my mom's house, just graduated, no job. I'm like, Mom, I need to borrow some money. Went and got some money, and I went and got the book, Coldest Winter Ever. So I remember reading the book, because I was like, I gotta have something to say when I call this girl. So I called up, this is like probably a day later. I'm like, hey, Tiffany, it's Yandy. She's like, yes. And I'm like, just wondering if anything opened up. I'm the one that was looking for an internship. She was like, is you the same girl that was in here yesterday? I'm like, yeah, I didn't know if, you talked to anybody about the internship, She's like, no, well, send us your resume, we'll let you know. I didn't even have a resume at this time. She's like, send us your resume, we'll let you know. So I'm like, okay. Hey, I just wanted you to know that I got that book, Coldest Winter Ever. I noticed you were reading it. And I'm like, girl, midnight, he sounds like he's about to be a number. And she's like, wait till you get to chapter 6, girl. It goes crazy. Whatever she said, I don't even remember. Yeah, I know, I read chapter 6 in about a day or two. I waited 2 days and I was by the phone like, Yandy, nothing opened up. I told you we're gonna reach out to you. Okay, well, I sent you over a little something. But girl, I got up to chapter 6. Chapter 6 is crazy. Midnight did this and that. I can't believe I'm like, hey, Tiffany, I got a temp job in the area. So I'm gonna be around 25th Street. Violator was on 25th Street. I'm gonna be around 25th Street between 12 and 2. I'd love to take you to lunch, girl. This book is getting crazy. We gotta talk about it. And she was like, yeah, I definitely take lunch around 12 or 2. I didn't have no temp job. I didn't even have no money. But I knew that this was my only way into Violator. So to cut a lunch, she's like, it's a slow day in the office, the bosses aren't here. If you want, you come upstairs, hang out. So I was upstairs, she was in the front, I'm talking to her. Mona Scott walks in. When Mona walks in, she's always on the phone. She always, at this time, has something drapey and hanging, and she has such a huge, boisterous voice. It was Mona coming in. So she comes in on the phone, and I don't know, I have to figure this out and everything. And she looks at me like, who are you here to meet with? So I look up at Tiffany like, Tiffany's looking at me like, don't you dare say you're here for me. And I was like, well, actually, and she's like, well, actually, I'm here for an internship, and I dropped my resume off. I gave her the best elevator pitch I've ever given anyone in my whole entire life. She was like, okay, give me 1 second. Let me just get off the phone.